So a few words to guide us into this meditation. As you see, and as you might have also experienced for yourself last night, we had a bit of a storm here. And it was quite dramatic. A few trees got blown over. Some of our structures got damaged. And of course that has an effect on us. Being in a storm, it does something to us. And normally it's not what we wish for. Stormy conditions, rough sea, when life is going hard. Something we rather avoid. But being in stormy conditions, it's just what it is. And it's actually, we can learn from that because it shows us very directly and very hands-on we can't control the storm. As much as we want it to go away, dissipate. Become less intense. The storm doesn't listen to us, it's just going to its own conditions. And that's a good simile also for our life. Sometimes we find ourselves in challenging conditions. At other times, life seems to flow quite smoothly, elegantly. Things fall into place. There's harmony. We get and achieve what we like. And specifically in those phases, it seems that we are in control of our life. But then when the dark clouds arise again, when the winds pick up in speed, we also see for ourselves this control, this agency is rather limited. But what we can do, whether the sun is shining or the winds are blowing, we can be the observer of the conditions. We can be the knower. And when we are in the position of the knowing, we are in a position of stability, which is very important, very grounding. When there's rough seas, but it's also very directing and keeping us on track when there is smooth sailing. We don't get lost and infatuated with ourselves and life. And just this simple knowing is enough. Now, what has been described as so-called external conditions, say weather phenomena, good weather, bad weather, desirable or undesirable. It's exactly the same as these so-called inner conditions. Our mind, the senses, and even the body. Because these sankharas, they are also not under our full control. They arise and cease due to causes and conditions. And because of that, how can we be the controller, the manager, the owner of body, mind, and senses? But again, here the same applies. We can be the knower. We can be the knower of the body as we are sitting here. Feeling the body touching the ground. experiencing the sensations within this body. Becoming more and more aware of the breathing as we go. One inhalation at a time. One exhalation. Very simple. And noticing, knowing also then how the breathing these more and more relaxed and joyful in and out breath how they condition the mind. Because it's the Vedana and the Sanya, sensations and perceptions. These are called Chitta Sankara. They condition the mind. So knowing those sensations, knowing those perceptions that we experience right here, right now, as we are breathing in and out. How they shape our heart mind. And there's a very high likelihood if we experience Sukha Vedana and the accompanying perceptions that our mind is also in a place of well-being and happiness. And in the same way, it is also very normal, very human, that if we experience dukkha vedana and perceptions, memories associated with that, that the heart-mind goes into a state of resistance and aversion. But fortunately, we are in the center position. We are in the place of knowing, of observing. So we don't have to get carried away by that, whether good or bad, agreeable or disagreeable, high and low, likable, dislikable. We take the center position, the position of the knowing. And that gets us back to the storm again. Maybe this time imagine a tornado, a twister with a center. And we know the eye of the storm is calm. It's peaceful. There's no movement, no agitation, no suffering. Whereas the further we reach out, we lose that center position, get dragged into the perimeters of the storm. Things start to become unstable. Unsettling. So always stay in the center position, in the witnessing position. This is where freedom is found.